Today we're going to work on Edutyping Lesson 9, Formatting Numbers, and again we're going to use Google Sheets for this. So first thing you're going to do is name your file and put it into the proper folder, and then you are going to use the default font and size of the spreadsheet, and we're going to type the information that is on figure 9. I want to give you some tips about typing the information as provided. Just to speed things up and make things a little easier for you. So apparently we're going to be looking at the clothing store Forever 21, and I'm going to enter that information into cell A1, and then I'm going to go to cell A3 and type in category, and then I'm going to type in dresses. Now this dresses is actually in 3 cells, so I'm going to go here and drag down, and it's just going to copy that information in. And I'm going to do the same thing with men's hoodies. Drag down once, and I'm going to put the rest of the information in, but that's a tip I wanted to give you to try to help make things go a little faster for you. You'll just continue to type in the information that is shown in figure 9. It is your choice if you want to work across or if you want to work down like I'm doing. Personally, I find it easier if I'm dealing with alpha keys to stick with that pattern, and if I'm dealing with numeric keys to stick with that pattern as I go. But that's a personal choice, and you can choose to do it either way you'd like. Okay, I did run a spell check in the middle of my entries because I do find that sometimes my fingers work a little out of order. But I wanted to let you know when you get to the style section, just like you did for the category section, you can go ahead and pull down to fill in the proper information, or you can copy and paste them to the other areas that are similar. So for instance, polyester also shows up on cell D14, so I can go there and copy and paste it. So you don't have to keep typing them, but if you'd prefer to, you can do that as well. Okay, when you get to the unit cost and suggested selling price, you're going to type in the information exactly as shown. So 6.45, 14.95, and then for instance, over here on the suggested selling area, you'll do the 12.9 and leave all the pennies place off. So I'm just going to do a couple of them to show you, and then I'm going to go and fill in the rest of the data, and you should do the same. Okay, I will admit that I have a number pad on my personal computer, and that makes the typing of the numbers a lot easier than using the number row at the top. But it's part of what we have, and that's why we practice the number rows as part of our typing process before. Alright, so we are first going to resize all the columns so that the data fits, and remember you just go in between the columns and you double click when the mouse icon changes. And it will stretch to fit or shrink to fit. Alright, and then we're going to change the font size of the titles. So that's going to be A1 Forever 21. We're going to make that 21 points. And we have to type it in because it's not in our list. And then we're going to change or merge and center cell A1 through G1. So we're going to select all of those. Remember, for Google, we're going to go up to merge cells, merge all, and then we will center it. We're going to bold the column headings in row 3, so you're going to select these and we will bold them. And if you wonder how I did that, I just held the shift and the arrow key to get them all. I also could have clicked here, held the shift key and clicked there, and it also would have selected them all. We're going to apply a thick border, thick bottom border to cells A3 through G3. So our borders are going to be located here. And we want a bottom border, and we want to change the thickness, that's the color, and then the one below it is thickness, and we want a thick bottom border like that. Okay, now we're going to format specific items as far as the columns go. For instance, the item number, we actually want to consider that as text and not a numeric value that might be calculated for things. So we're going to want to select that column, go up to Format, and where it says number, we want to go over here and choose plain text. Now this will make this a text value rather than a calculation value like money or dates or anything like that might actually be used in formatting. We're going to go to column D, and we would like to center align column D. And then we're going to copy cells E4 through E26. So select the first one, hold Shift to get the last one. We're going to copy those. I just hit Control C. And then I will go to G4 and I hit Control V as in Victor to paste. The assignment is asking us to format columns E and F as numbers with 0 decimal places. So we're going to select both columns. I'm going to go up here to Format, and I'm going to go to Number, and I'm going to just click Number. And then I'm going to go here where it decreases the decimal places, and I'm going to back up twice so that it looks like this. It got rid of all of the decimals. Now we're going to go to cells F4 through F26. We're going to highlight those, and we want to increase the decimal place to 2. We're going to go to cells G4 through G26, and we're going to decrease that decimal to 1. This is the final product of what you're going to do. Now we're going to go to the print menu, and we're going to format the spreadsheet so that it is centered both horizontally and vertically. So it's down here under formatting and alignment, and we want center horizontal, and we want center for the vertical as well. We're going to set the sheet to print guidelines, which is already selected, and we want to change the layout orientation to landscape, but ours defaults to that. We also would like to have it fit to page. And we want to go back and do spell check, proofread your work, make sure everything's appropriate, and then you will send this to me. There is no need to print. I just want you to set it up so that when I print preview, it will look like this. If you have any questions, just let me know. Good luck. As I was reviewing the sheet, one thing that I did notice is after we bolded this column, it did cut off some information. So you may want to go back and resize your column widths as part of your review of your document. This is something to look at whenever you are publishing something or finishing it up for the last time to make sure it looks appropriate for all situations. The other thing is I noticed my numbers here look a little funny on column B, and we had told it to format as text. And so what I would like to do there to keep it consistent is I want to go ahead and right align that column. These are just things that you should do whenever you're ready to turn something in or submit it for your job. You want to make sure that it looks appropriate before you're sending it out to everybody. And if you have any questions, just let me know. This completes our video on lesson number 9, formatting numbers.